Okay, so hi everyone. If you online, if someone can just let me know that you can hear me, that would be great.
Yes.
Awesome, thank you. So welcome to Deep Stretch. I'm Danny and I will guide your practice this afternoon. So pretty with the sun coming in. So whether you're at home or here in the studio, make sure to take care of yourself, honor your body. I'll give you lots of options throughout the practice. And prop-wise, if you do have something that can mimic the yoga tie at home, that would be great. We'll be using this later on in the practice. I'll actually just show you as a little visual preview, so you don't have to worry about it once you're on your back. A few of the stretches that we'll do later on. So we're going to do one that's a little hamstring release here at center. Then you'll be taking the leg out to the side. Then from there, you'll actually be crossing the leg over to the other side. And from there, we'll do half happy baby pose. So it's either using the tie or sometimes people will reach for a part of their leg here. So I'll give you more specific guidance with those, but just so you see that visual learning beforehand. And also one other thing is particularly at home, I'll be moving my body in different ways just to show you different angles. So know that if that happens, it's not an indication for you to move in that way. It's just me showing you another point of view so you see the body in a different way. Okay, so let's start out in a comfortable seat today. So you can use, if you have a cushion or a block or anything else that can serve as a little uplift for your spinal column. And a good indication for this is if your knees are above your hip line, that usually means that the back is rounding a little bit. So it's a good thing to sit up on a prop. If cross-legged seat is not serving you, know that you could always just have the knees bent out in front or even the legs extended a little bit with a bit of a bend through the knees. To get comfortable somewhere in your space, make any little micro movements with your shoulders, head, neck, mouth, jaw. And from there, let your eyelids slowly relax partway or fully closed. And check in here. If your body is leaning forward into the space before you, see if you can lean a little back behind, as if there was a wall there supporting you to stay upright. Even taking the sides of the neck, the sides of the throat slightly back. Sometimes in the busy world, there's a tendency to lead with the chin and draw forward. And from here, take a full deep breath in through your nose or mouth. Exhale it out through your mouth, a letting go breath. You can also include a little sound or sigh there. One more time, deep, full breath in. Exhale to let it go. And from this place, start to attune right into the rhythm of your own breath. Begin to deepen your inhalation. Breathe in more fully through your nose or mouth. And play with an expansive diaphragmatic breath. So air flows into the lungs, and let it spread from there into your whole body. You might feel movement through your ribs, your belly, the back, like an accordion being played. Notice with every inhale that little bit of expansion, it might be a lot of expansion. And with the exhalation, feel the softness, the drawing in of the tissues, the bones towards center. And stay with this rhythm of movement and breath. With your next exhalation, take a little pause at the bottom of your out breath. And with the inhalation, invite in some motion. Sweep your arms straight up to the sky in the sun breath. Palms touch, and with the exhale, lower the hands down to heart center. With the inhale, reverse, palms lift straight up to the sky. Exhale, open wide as if you were swimming, lower the arms down. And continue this movement. Inhale, sweep up, palms touch, hands lower. Inhale, palms lift. Exhale, open wide. Again, inhale, deep breath, expand the arms up. This time with your exhale, as the hands touch and lower, pause them in front of your heart space. And take a moment here to create focus, direction for your time on the mat. So it might be related to coming to this specific class of deep stretch. Maybe you're craving some healing or opening, slowing down, connection, ease, openness. What's one or two things that you want more of in your life right now? Ease, joy, kindness. As you connect to that focus for your own self, and also to honor each other's company here in the physical space and virtual space, gently bow your head to your own heart center. And gently release your hands by the side of your space. Move your seated prop out of the way and gradually stretch your legs straight out in front, point your toes, and then make any little gentle wiggles, movements through your legs just to release any pressure from the underside of your knees. And from this place, bend your knees, take them a little wider than your mat width or space width, so it's larger than hip distance. Inhale, deep breath. With the exhalation, windmill the knees over to the left side. Inhale through center, over to the right side. And play here, movement and breath, just a few little motions. And from this place, as your knees fold over to, let's see which side, the right side of your space, gradually take your torso to face your bent knee. The back leg can be adjusted here for more comfort. Take your hands to frame your left knee. Inhale to lift and lengthen. And with the exhalation, chin to sternum, round down, dive to the earth. Create a rounding for your spine. Now inhale, lengthen forward, create an openness for the low back. Exhale, shift a little back, round. Inhale, stretch forward as if you're rolling a marble with your nose open. A few more times here. Final cycle with the inhale to lengthen up to the sky. Exhale, return your low back to neutral place. Inhale, swing your knees over to the opposite way. To the right side, take both hands, frame your right knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, round back behind, chin to sternum, dive down. Inhale, roll forward, lengthen up. So let it be a play and inquiry of movement and breath here. There's not one right or wrong way to do this. Explore it in your own body. And final round here, your own speed. Once you're elongated up to the sky, use your exhale, return to low back, neutral. Inhale, bring the knees back up through center and gradually spin your feet, your knees, everything back behind you here. Tabletop, hands under shoulders, knees under your hips. And with the inhalation, sweep your right leg back long behind you. On an exhale, step your foot through in between your hands. Totally fine to use hand to calf support here to help this movement out. And gradually curl your toes under here. Inhale, elevate your back leg as many steps as you need. Migrate to the front edge of your mat into a forward fold. In breath two, lengthen halfway up, spine long. With your exhalation, bend your knees, shift the weight a little behind. Inhale, rise up all the way to standing, circle the arms. Exhale, palms lower in front of heart space. In breath, palms rise back up. With exhalation, lean over to the right side, one hand to hip, top arm up and over. Inhale, back to center. Stay with the same side. Exhale, arc right. Inhale, back to middle. Exhale, arc right. One more time, your rhythm and breath here. Inhale, back through middle space. Exhale, opposite side. Hand to hip, top arm up and over. Work with your breath here. Yeah, so continue this movement on your own. A few more cycles. Listening to your breath, your rhythm. One more time. With your inhale, next time come up to center space. Release your arms by the side of your body. Step your feet a little wider than hip distance apart. And from there, start to swing side to side. Lift your heels off the ground to help out. Your knees follow along the way. Arms heavy, inviting a twisting motion through your spine. And check in here with your mouth, your jaw. If your facial muscles are holding on to tension, invite them to relax here. You can even open the mouth a little wider. And from there, start to slow down the movement, returning the momentum to a pause all the way back at center here. Gradually, take your feet wider than hip distance apart. Toes can open a little bit to the right and left based on comfort here for your body. Inhale, breath, sweep the arms to the sky. With your exhalation, bend your elbows into little goalposts, bend your knees, shift the weight down into a squat. Inhale, rise up, arms lift. Exhale again, bend through your elbows, sink down, creating a little bit more fire for the legs. Exhale to sink. One more time in movement, you can always stay moving for a little less fire. Otherwise, next time you sink down into your legs, pause here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, take the hands through heart center. Lower the arms by the side of your space. Bring your stance to hip distance apart. Find the gaze point on the ground to help you out. Hands to your hips. Little bend in the right knee. Inhale to float. Left knee, hip height. Exhale, root into your left foot. Bend into the left knee. Inhale, right leg lift. So moving a little side to side here with the balance. If you tip over or fall, honor that. Coming right back in. One more cycle here, whichever leg you're on, doesn't matter which way. Pause and sustain here. Give yourself a little balance play for 3, 2, 1. Return, opposite foot down. Bend in the standing leg. Other leg lift. Focus for gaze stability on the earth. 3, 2, 1. Release your foot down. Again, spread your feet wider here. Then hip distance apart, toes can open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend at your elbows, sink down, wide squat. Sustain here, a few rounds of breath. Deep, connected breathing. Inhale to rise back up through center. Exhale, hands release through center space. Adjust your feet for comfort. Take a few little rolls with your shoulders, up, back, and down. And take a moment as you do this also to feel if there's any added heat through your body here, any added sensation. And gradually slowing down the movement, return the shoulders back to a place of pause. And with your inhalation, circle the arms once again up to the sky. With exhale, hands through heart center, hinge and fold right into a forward bend. Bend your knees as much as you need here for support of your low back. Couple options, hands can stay on the earth, or hands can come to opposite elbows, forearms. If this is way too intense, know that you can take your forearms onto your thighs, keeping a little bend in the knees, and this will de-intensify the traction in the spine. Ragdoll pose. Can stay static or invite a gentle sway forward, back, right to left. If you are in motion, bring yourself back to a pause. From center, inhale to lengthen halfway up once more. With the exhalation, bend your knees, shift the weight back gradually with the breath, rise up with your spine. Once again, back to center. If you feel dizzy, look down onto the earth. From there, shift the weight once again into your right foot, a little bend in the standing leg. Hands come to your hips. Begin to bend your left knee back behind you and reach your hand to your foot or ankle. This is a hard reach. Know that you could always use your towel or tie here for a little bit of added support. So checking in what works. Then finally, if you are challenged by the balance, better off to just come by a wall or something you can hold, as our target here is more the quad than the balance. Start to gently tug your heel in the direction of your body, your sitting bones, hips. Then at the same time, make your knee heavy in the direction of the earth. So you might feel some sensation at the front line of your body at the quad. So stay here with the rhythm of your breath, exploring the sensations here in your body. One more deep, full breath in. Use your exhalation to gradually release your foot back down, adjusting to the other side, root into your left foot, little bend in the knee to support activation of the muscles. Bend your right foot, leg back behind, use any props that you need or a wall support, a little tug towards you. At the same time, the knee presses down. So we sustain these postures a little bit longer. 30 seconds is the minimum time for what's called a static stretch, which is what we're doing. It's actually better to do static stretching in an isolated format as opposed to before or even after an intense workout. It's especially not ideal before. Notice what's evolving here in the stretch, what feels like it's opening or loosening. One more deep breath. With the exhalation, gently release your foot back down to the ground. Inhale to sweep, arms rise back up to the sky. With your exhalation, take your right hand to your mid and upper back. Left hand comes to your elbow. Keep your chin at neutral as best you can. And from here, add a little tug. So draw arm strength to pull your elbow towards your head, but at the same time resist. So press your elbow equally into your palm. So you'll feel a little sensation there potentially. Soften any tension through your mouth and jaw. Also an opportunity here to check in with your mind. So it's very normal for the mind to travel around and be thinking about other things. And in that, you have a little opportunity to come back to sensation, to breath, this moment. There's nothing wrong if your mind bounces away 1,000 times over the next time we're together. No, that's perfectly normal. Use the inhalation to gradually release, the arms lift and lower. Take a moment for any little movement with your shoulders. Inhale to sweep, arms rise back up to the sky. Exhale, take your left hand to the mid and upper back, right hand to your elbow. And same thing here, a little tug towards your head, at the same time press elbow to palm. Stay with the breath, relax through your gaze. Also stay mindful here in the standing position. If you've locked out completely through your knees, create just a tiny little bend through the knees so the leg muscles are still activated to hold you up. One more deep inhaling breath. Use the exhale to gently release your hands, slide the arms by the side of your body. Make any little movements with your shoulders here. And gradually pause on an inhale. Sweep your arms up to the sky, circle. Exhale, hands fold to heart center, hinge and fold all the way, forward bend. Inhale to lift and lengthen halfway up. With exhale, fold forward down to the earth, step back, 1 foot, 1 knee, then the other foot, other knee, coming into tabletop position. Especially if you have an additional prop, or you can also double up your mat here. Add a little knee support. With an in-breath, sweep your right leg back behind you. Bring your toes onto the ground here and gradually lower one forearm than the other forearm. You can stack your fists for a little pillow support or slide another prop here, cushion or block, to rest your forehead on. Keeping this deep breath in, with your exhale, start to press into your back heel, anchoring the toes to the ground as you shift the weight just a little further back to your degree. The intention here is to target the calf. See what you're feeling there. If it's way too intense, know that you can always rock out and then back into the stretch. Otherwise, staying here. And take notice of what's happening in your neck here. So if your neck muscles are actively holding your head up, see if you can fill in the space with a prop or use the palms or fists so the whole head is held by something and not overactive muscles. Use an inhale breath to back off of any sensation here in your calf. Gradually rebend your knee, uncurl your back toes. Inhale to lengthen. Your left leg long behind you, toes curl under. Again, same thing. Start to press your heel back, activating and firing through the calf here. Stretching can be beneficial to increase range of motion, especially when a part of the body is overly contracted. It can also have benefits on our mental well-being. This opportunity to soften, to consciously release tension from areas that might be holding on to things that weren't in conscious awareness. Stay with a mindful, aware breath here. You can always intensify your deep breathing if you're finding a lot of sensation in the stretch. Also back off a little bit from a too intense stretch. With the in-breath here, gradually back away from any activation, lower your knee down. Take a moment to feel and notice. And from there, gradually lift up, hands plant onto the earth. Move your hips to one side and extend your legs straight out in front. And from here, grab anything that you need to have with you to the back edge of your space, especially towel or tie or belt. And also, if you do have something like a block prop, bring it back behind so it's within arm distance. Inhale to lift and lengthen here. And with your exhalation, gradually begin to recline all the way down onto the earth, coming all the way into a supine position. Stretch your legs long here. And with the inhale, draw the arms above the crown of your head, top of your head, and take a full body stretch. Point the toes one direction, fingers the opposite direction, as if you were being gently tugged both ways. One more inhale. And with the exhalation, return your arms by the side of your body. Grab your tie here or any equivalent prop for support. Bend into your left knee. Inhale your right leg straight up to the sky. And take your tie, place it around the big toe, little toe, ball mound edge, or anywhere else on the foot that feels cozy. Hands hold low enough so your shoulders can relax. From this space, if your low back feels pretty spacious here, know that you can always extend your left leg long again. Otherwise, keep the left knee in a bend. From here, a gentle little tug of the tie down, keeping this press your heel and foot to the sky. If you don't have a tie, you can also do the exact same thing, but hands interlaced behind your hamstring. So that's an option as well. If you're not feeling much in the stretch there, know that for more intensity, you can take your leg towards you, at the same time also press the leg equally away from you. So you're creating a dynamic stretch here. Let go of any tension in your mouth, your jaw. One more inhale. And with the exhale, both ends of your tie come to your right hand. Begin to open your leg out to the right side of your space. Doesn't have to go all the way, to your own degree. Finding enough stretch to the inner leg muscle. Again, if you don't have a tie, you can just hold behind the hamstring or to the side of the upper leg here. And find the balance of the leg hugging in slightly towards your body as you press the foot into the tie. You can always make any little micro movements to explore. With an inhale, slowly lift your leg back up through center. Take both ends of the thigh into your left hand. If it's available for you, extend your left leg long on the earth as you start to arc your right leg over towards the left side of your space, but find your own angle here. So there's further left is not necessarily better. It's really just finding some sort of activation on the sideline of your leg, the IT band. Continue to breathe, explore here. Might also feel this on the glutes a little bit. No, that's normal. And with an inhale, lift your leg back up through center. Half happy baby pose. Starts to bend your right knee. Knee floats a little to the side. Foot stays to the sky. And check in again here. So the low back, if it's not happy, sometimes can be relieved by bending, rebending the left knee, left foot to the earth. And from here, it's a little tug down of your whole leg and foot towards the ground, but at the same time, resist. The foot presses back to the sky or into your strap. And again, if you don't have a prop with you, you can use hands onto the calf or the side of your foot. Working with the inner groin here. Stay with deep breathing. One more inhale. With your exhale, gradually release. If you're using a tie or prop, stretch both of your legs long onto the earth. Relax your arms. Take a moment here to check in with one side of your body compared to the other. What do you notice that might be different? And from there, gradually inhale to lift your left leg up to the sky, bend your right knee, right foot to the earth. Place your tie here, somewhere on your foot that feels supportive. Hold low enough so your shoulders can be at ease. Micro bend in the left knee, welcome. Gentle tug down at the same time, foot presses up. Then remember, if you need a little bit more in the stretch, hug the leg towards your head, but at the same time, press equally away from you. If you're experiencing a little shaking here, know that that's also normal. So finding the balance point where you're not engaging so much that the body is starting to lock up. One more connected, full breath. Exhale, gradually take both ends of your tie to your left hand. Begin to open your leg out towards the left side of your space, finding your own range of motion here that works. Breathe into the inner line of your leg. And continue to be aware of where your mind is at. So if your mind has gone elsewhere, future, past thoughts, or worries, excitement, opportunity to refocus to this time that you carved out. Use an inhaling breath, lift your leg back up to center. Again, if it works for your back, extend your right leg long onto the earth. Begin to explore the arc of your left leg over to the right side, targeting the IT band. And once more, you might feel this moving lower down. If your glute muscles are a little tighter, this could impact that as well. Explore the angle that works for you. Keep note that it might be completely different than the opposite side. So at least listening here to what your body is communicating. And with a gentle in-breath, lift your leg back up to center. Bend your right or left knee rather towards you, foot stays to the sky. The right knee and right foot can come to the earth to help out here to free up the low spine. Happy baby in half here. Variation. Little tuck down at the same time, foot presses back to the sky. And check in if you're feeling sensation through the inner line of your leg, the groin area. Soften any unnecessary tension through your mouth, your jaw, your tongue. Where can you create some ease? Staying with this just a tad longer. One more inhale. Exhale to relax your legs back out onto the earth. Place your prop, if you're using it, out to the side. Take a moment again to observe what's happening on the right side, the left side, any heat or sensation, reverberation. And from here, reawaken, plant your feet down onto the earth, heels about 5 to 6 inches away from your sitting bones, arms by the side of your body. With your elbows staying on the earth, shift your forearms and palms, fingers to face the sky. So it's like little robot arms, sometimes this is called. Root into the feet, shoulders, head. On an inhale, inner legs activate, squeeze through your glutes. Start to lift your hips and pelvis off of the earth for bridge pose. Use the exhale, return back down. So worry less about height here. Keep engagement in the legs. Inhale to lift, keeping the lower leg muscles active. Exhale to lower. Just a little free flow motion here with the breath to release any tension from your spine. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more time, in breath to rise up. Exhale to land back down. Gradually release your arms down by the side of your body. Take your right ankle, cross it to your left thigh, right below your knee, coming into a figure 4. And this might be plenty of stretch for you in your body. Stay there. Next layer is to lift the left foot off of the ground. Notice how this feels. Then the next evolution is to take your right hand through the window opening, left hand comes and wraps to the hamstring behind you or on top of your knee. The top of the knee will be more intense. If you're still not feeling much here, start to use arm strength to hug your legs towards you, but at the same time, melt your sacrum and low back down onto your mat, pressing your legs away from you equally. And final little note on the pose, even though it's called figure 4, sometimes the bent knee can actually be more in a figure 7 or anywhere between 4 and 7. So know that the angle of that knee is less important. Find comfort and enough sensation in the stretch. Continue to breathe into any pockets of tension. Also, little micro movements or little micro rocking is welcome here. Sometimes that can be soothing in the pose. And take one more full deep inhale. On your exhale, gradually release both of your feet back down to the ground. And take your left ankle to your right thigh below your knee. Check in with this side, what it needs here. The option to stay right here in this place, or lift your right foot, interlace the hands. Listen to what your body needs here. Staying in this pose, 5 more rounds of slow, conscious breath. The breath can be more mellow, still guided and intentional. One more final deep, deep breath in. Exhale it out and slowly release your feet back down onto the earth. Slide your feet to your mat distance or just wider than hip distance apart if you're without a mat. Begin a little windshield wiper motion here, knees to one side, then an inhale through center, exhale opposite side. The same motion you did earlier on in the practice, creating a little release here for low back, sacrum. And sometimes this can have a little bit of a gentle massage on the glute muscles as well. You can remain just with your lower body in movement. If it feels comfortable for your neck, feel free to explore rotating the head and neck to the opposite direction of your knees. slow down this movement, especially if you're going quite rapidly. See if you can take it down a few notches, supporting the body to wind down and nervous system to stay at ease. Few more rounds here. Check in with focus, attention, opportunity to come back, to stay curious with these movements. Next time at your own speed, when your knees rise to center, chin back to face the sky, pause there for a moment. Inhaling breath 2, hug your knees into center, hands come on top of the knees, take a little squeeze here. Optional movements on your low back, sacrum if that feels soothing. And gradually from here at center, lengthen your legs long onto the ground. Make any adjustments that you need. Get super comfortable here. Move your shoulders, your limbs. Add a prop under the knees, or you can always bend the knees if the low back does not feel good with the legs extended. Feet slide a little to the side as one knee rests to the side of the other. Checking in where you're most supported. Cover up with any added layers if you tend to cool down quickly. You can stay lying back. Yeah. And feel free to cover your eyes with any additional prop that you have nearby. Finding time here for rest, for comfort. Allow your whole body to be at ease, letting go of any tension through your feet and toes. Relax through your calves, quadriceps, hamstring. Hips soften. Let go of any tension through your abdominal muscles, ribs, shoulders. Release tension from the upper arms, forearms, hands. And invite the neck and mouth, jaw, forehead to be soft. Full permission to simply be here and take these minutes to integrate your practice. I'll be back in a little bit to guide you back out from this time of rest.
And very gradually bring awareness back to your own physical body. Notice your breath. And slowly welcome back a few waking motions from your fingers and toes, head and neck, eyes, mouth, jaw. And take any other movements here that feel supportive to you, caress of shoulders or stretch of the arms. With a soft inhaling breath, bring your knees to center and roll over to one side or the other in a fetal pose, curling in towards yourself. From this place with kindness, self-compassion, find a way to rise back up and take a comfortable seat with your spine long. Again, using any props here to help out, creating more space in the low back. In this upright space, bring palms to touch in front of heart center. You can also always flatten one hand on the heart center space, the other hand on top of that. Observe anything that has shifted for you through your time of practice. To acknowledge the time that you've carved out to be here to support yourself, as well as the qualities that you welcomed in and each other's company. To all that, gently bow your head to your own heart, celebrating your wisdom, your strength. Namaste. Take your time to
return back into the space in your day. If you have any questions, comments, please say hello. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your Friday.